If you're planning for maternity leave and your only goal is to maintain what you've already built, you're thinking too small. When you're pregnant and juggling a million things, the idea of growing your business might feel completely out of reach. Maybe you're focused on simply handing off the day-to-day operations, but your business can grow while you're on leave. You just need the right systems and someone else who can run them. Hi, I'm Christina Hall, six-figure business owner and mom of two. I've taken two very different maternity leaves as an entrepreneur. The first time, I worked around the clock trying to prepare my business, but in the end, it still relied heavily on me. And the second time, I built systems and a team, and my business actually grew while I was gone. And I'm on a mission to help you do the same. In today's episode, I'm breaking down how to set up a marketing and sales system that keeps attracting and converting new clients while you're off the clock. This is the system that allowed me to sign 13 new students during our slowest season, all while snuggling my newborn on the couch. And if you want help mapping out your own system and figuring out what to delegate before your leave, book a free strategy call by clicking the link in the show notes. All right, let's dive in. Now, I didn't always believe this, but I'm telling you from experience, your business can grow while you're on maternity leave. During my first leave, I wasn't even thinking about growth. My only goal was to maintain what I had, and I didn't have a marketing system. I didn't have a sales process. I wasn't creating content. Honestly, I was just hoping things wouldn't fall apart. And when a few leads did come in, I didn't have anything in place to nurture or follow up with them. By the time I reached back out when I returned from my leave, they had already found another teacher. And we missed out on revenue simply because I didn't prepare properly. The second time around, I realized I was capable of building systems that didn't rely on me, and that growth of the business didn't have to stop just because I was taking a leave. So I created a marketing and sales system that my team could run. We built out assets, email templates, call scripts, follow-up messages. And I trained my team on how to handle leads, how to run sales calls, how to build real connections with potential clients. We practiced together. I gave them tools and support, and they crushed it. I'll never forget checking my dashboard while I was holding my sleeping newborn and seeing that we had signed up 13 new students that month. And like I mentioned before, that was during our slowest season. That was when I really saw the power of building systems and a team. You don't have to pause your business to have a baby. You just need systems, support, and a little preparation. Now, it's important to understand the distinction between your marketing and sales system. Your marketing system is what brings people into your world. It's how you attract and nurture leads. That could be through free content, lead magnets, paid ads, referrals, SEO, any way someone discovers you and starts to get to know your brand. Your sales system is what turns that interest into paying clients. That could be through a sales call, a conversation in the DMs, a website or landing page with a clear CTA, or an automated email sequence that leads them to book. Now, here's an example from my music school. Someone finds us through, say, Google Ads. They land on our website, which is written with compelling copy that speaks directly to our dream client. There are CTAs everywhere on every page prompting them to fill out our form. Once they submit their name, phone, and email, they immediately start receiving daily nurture emails. Our team then calls them as soon as possible to start building that connection. And if they're a good fit, we book an intro lesson. The ads and the copy on our website are the marketing system, and then the nurturing emails and the phone calls are part of the sales system. So many people just focus on the marketing system because they think they need more leads. And that could very well be the case, but make sure you have a great sales process to nurture and follow up with those leads. If you only focus on marketing and neglect the sales side, you're leaving money on the table. Both systems need to be dialed in, especially if you want your business to grow while you're not there. Now, I know there are a lot of marketing experts out there who will tell you to automate everything, to rely on funnels, scheduled emails, pre-recorded videos, and yes, automation has a place. It can be super helpful for nurturing leads. I've found that people are more skeptical than ever. And with the rise of AI, consumers are craving human connection. They want to know that there's a real person behind the business, especially when they're investing in a service. During my second maternity leave, one of the things I was most intentional about was building a sales system that felt personal. Yes, we had automated emails going out when someone filled out our form, but the minute they replied, they were talking to a real human, one of my admins. And that message wasn't some canned reply. It was thoughtful, warm, specific to that person. And the same with our phone calls. I didn't want robotic scripts, so I trained my team in our mission and values. We talked through how to connect with people, how to listen, how to guide the conversation in a way that felt aligned with our brand. The script was there as a general outline, but I gave them free rein to make it their own. Because at the end of the day, people remember how you make them feel. And if your business can make someone feel heard, understood, and supported, that's going to lead to a sale way more than any fancy funnel. So if you are setting up your systems for maternity leave, make sure that human connection is at the heart of it, because that will lead to more sales and happier customers. Now, if you're wondering where to even begin, start by listing out all the ways someone might discover your business. For both Heart and Soul Music Academy and the Blissful Mompreneur, I do a little bit of all these different things. So social media content, podcast episodes, lead magnets, referrals from current clients, paid ads, SEO, our website, and then warm outreach. Your list might look a little different, but the point is you want to get really clear on where people are coming from and how they're first introduced to your brand. Then ask yourself, what happens next? When someone clicks on an ad or downloads your lead magnet, do they get a follow-up email? Are they invited to book a call? If someone follows you on social media, are you sending them a DM? Be sure to have a place where you store and track your leads. It doesn't have to be fancy. We have a separate project in Asana just for nurturing leads. I created a separate column for each stage of our sales process: first contact, second contact, third contact, fourth contact, consult booked, intro lesson booked, etc. Each prospect gets their own card, and then we move them across the board as they progress. This gives my admins a clear visual of where every lead stands and what needs to happen next. Once you've mapped that path and have a way to track where each lead is in the process, it's so much easier to see what's working and where things are falling through the cracks. You might realize that you're getting plenty of leads, but no one is following up with them after the first contact. Or maybe people are downloading your lead magnet, but they're not getting invited to take the next step. And that's where you can start to make small tweaks and figure out what needs to be delegated, automated, or improved. The goal isn't to build something perfect. It's to create a simple, repeatable process that someone else can follow. And once that's in place, your business can keep nurturing leads and converting clients, even while you're on the couch snuggling your newborn. And this is what sets you up for a maternity leave that isn't just restful, but also profitable. Now, your marketing and sales process is one of the most important systems in your business. It's what brings in revenue. So if you're going to step away from maternity leave, you want to make sure the person running it is fully trained, not just given a few instructions and left to figure it out. This is not the area to cut corners. When I was preparing for leave, I spent a lot of time training my admins. I walked them through why we say what we say. I explained how we position the offer, how to know when someone's a good fit, how to guide a conversation in a way that feels supportive and not pushy. I had them shadow me. I shared recordings of real calls. We did mock sales calls so they could practice, and we talked about our mission and values because I wanted them to lead those conversations in a way that felt true to our brand. This level of training might feel like a lot, but it's what allows you to confidently step away and know that your business your first baby is being represented the way you want it. They're building trust, they're making connections, and ultimately they're making sales. And this is how you grow while you're on leave. All right, here's what we covered in today's episode. 1, your business can grow while you're on leave. You just need the right systems, support, and a little preparation. 2, you need both a marketing system and a sales system. One attracts and nurtures leads, and the other turns them into paying clients. 3, human connection still converts. People want to work with people, not just automation. 4, map the journey from discovery to paying client. Get clear on how people find you, what happens next, and where the gaps are. And lastly, number 5, train, don't just tell. The person running your systems need more than instructions. They need context, practice, and support to confidently step in. Now, if as you're listening to this episode, you keep thinking, I need to do this, and take action. Don't let this be another piece of content you consume and then forget about. If today is not the day to dive in, that's okay, but put it on your calendar. Schedule 30 minutes to map out your current system. And then don't stop there. Once it's mapped out, look at how you can refine it and start training someone to take it over. If you're not sure where to start or what to hand off first, book a free strategy call with me. We'll walk through your marketing and sales systems together and create a plan to get them running without you. Simply click the link in the show notes to book your call. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this episode gave you the clarity and motivation to start building systems that will support your business and your maternity leave. And be sure to tune in next week. I've got another powerful episode coming your way to help you systemize, delegate, and scale without burning out. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a thing, and I'll catch you in the next episode.